Hi, and welcome to 3 Things in 3 Minutes. I'm Nersi. Today we are looking at Robin Hood and the Merry Men from Final Frontier Games. It plays 2 to 5 players with a solo variant, and it plays realistically in 1 to 2 hours, though the game can end prematurely. This is a semi-cooperative worker placement and card action game in which everyone plays Robin Hood or one of his merry men, either classic ones or some made up for the sake of this game. Each round exists in 2 phases. In the Merry Men phase, you play cards to place workers to collect resources and weapons, build traps and barricades, send envoys to the Crusades, and so on. In the Hero phase, villains will get in your way, and then you use your hero to rob carriages, free prisoners, or fight the sheriff's guards. Many of these will get you victory points, and at the end of the game you'll also score more points for traps, barricades, and envoys based on how high your reputation is, kind of like in Scythe. However, if the prince depletes the taxation stacks, or if the town is overrun by guards, then the game ends and everyone loses. Things I like about this game. One of the things you'll notice about the game is how striking and beautiful the game's aesthetic is. The art is nicely evocative, which is typical for the artwork that the artist known as the Miko has in his games. Now, some of the components shown here are in the deluxe version, but the printed hero meeples in both versions are particularly whimsical and nice looking. Also, the semi-cooperative gameplay with some competition fits the theme of Robin Hood very well, and it makes for a more intriguing dynamic than most worker placement games. So while sometimes you'll find yourself spending time doing something that's for the good of everyone more than yourself, the rules often find ways to incentivize helping other players, sometimes even at a cost to them. And the game has multiple ways to score points, so you can focus on building barricades, sending envoys, or eliminating guards, though realistically you'll probably end up doing a little bit of everything, even if you just try to focus on one. Some points to consider. Though you have a lot of options to score points, the gameplay length is short enough that it's actually hard to progress too far along any track, even if you focus on it, unless you get incredibly lucky, which makes some of the bonuses on the tracks seem out of reach. There's also a lot of small rules, like conditions in which you get victory points versus reputation, that are also not well spelled out on the board or on the reference card, which is sadly lacking a lot of basic information about the game. So it'll probably take you a while to get the rules right. And while the overall theme of the game carries well, the resources, which are wood, iron, and tools, are interchangeable for the sake of building without any theme. Why does building a barricade on the North Road cost only wood, while on the East Road it costs only tools? It doesn't make sense. And finally, while the asymmetry of the heroes is nice, some are better than others, so they don't feel quite balanced. So, in summary, it's a gorgeous, wonderfully thematic and evocative cooperative game that fits the Robin Hood legend well. It has a lot of path towards gaining points, though it's hard to progress very far on the tracks, and just make sure you take the time to read through some of the harder to remember rules on your first few playthroughs. Thanks so much for watching. Please make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel.